touts everything you need, nothing you don't. Well, to me, that's Joe Johnson.
.153 left in the first half. Here's Calderon.
You know, his shooting percentage is falling off here in the second. He just can't get the ball in the basket. He's really struggling.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
The Heat have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. Clark, when you take a look at Joe Johnson, and if you were on a good team, a team that was contending for a championship, where ideally would you like him to be? Where would you slot him?
I'd put him in that first or second scoring role because he's so good and scores so effortlessly. And at some point, I think he's going to hoist that Larry O'Brien trophy.
They set the pick. Just 5 to shoot. Thomas kicks to Roten. There's the triple. And it's Miami with the rebound. Warren's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Dragic with it, and Roten picks him up defensively. Dragic the pass to Johnson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And look, Joe Johnson last season, not his best statistically, but boy, did he show some heart. I mean, he was one of the catalysts for Brooklyn making the playoffs, especially when Brook Lopez returned healthy and the two could play off of one another.
And both free throws good for Johnson. Talking about Joe Johnson, I'm not going to lie. Last year wasn't one of his best statistically, Clark. His shooting accuracy was on the low end. His turnover numbers were high. It wasn't very pretty.
But for Joe, Kevin, I don't think it was about the numbers last year. It was about wanting to compete and to win. And he's developed a champion's will over the years. And I would like to see him finally achieve his goal of maybe winning the championship. I think he deserves it. He's been consistent. He's been solid. And now you see some maturation with him as well.
.40 seconds left to play here in the half. Now Roten. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Magic in Orlando.
But what stood out for me was his gorgeous playmaking out there. I mean, over and over, he was finding his teammates in a great position to score.
Dragic kicks to Johnson. And it's going to be a 3-second call. 20 seconds left now here in the second. Now here's Roten. Defense is right there. There's a screen by Williams. Calderon for 3. The shot misses.
And that's not the best of shot selection there. The defense definitely won that possession.
Now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Derek Williams comes in for Porzingis. And it's Calderon in for Aaron Aflalo. The Heat also changing it up. Amari Stoudemire, he's checked in for Whiteside. Warren comes in for Chris Bosh. And Winslow subbed in for Luol Deng. Tony Wroten out there with Calderon. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Williams at the power forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
And O'Quinn sends it back. Wroten dishes to Calderon. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Wide open. And he knocks down the jumper. Anthony's got the lead up to 6 now for the Knicks.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Pass to Wade. Softly drops in the floater. Wade's got 11 points.
How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf. A leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too.
Wroten kicks to Calderon. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. Off target from outside.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And Jose Calderon gets the whistle that time. And New York making a change here. Thomas is checked in. Stoudemire left side. That one goes. Counted. Now just a 2-point Knicks lead.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
That's good. Williams has got his first points of the night. The Heat trail by 4. Outside Dragic.
Move the ball.
Good on the shot.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
20 seconds left in the third. 5 to shoot. Wroten the pass to Thomas. Drills the three-pointer. Thomas got his first 3 points of the game. Now here's Dragic. He's covered by Wroten. It's Dragic with the drive. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. So far, he's hit all of his shots at the foul line, going 4 for 4. And the first one drops. The Heat making a switch here. And Goran Dragic drops them both. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. Checked in for the Knicks. Derek Williams comes in for Jose Calderon. And then for Miami, Warren's checked in for Whiteside. And it's Deng in for Dwayne Wade. On the floor for Miami, Deng and Bosh are small and power forwards. Johnson is out there with Dragic, and it's Warren in at the 5. The 3 from Anthony. The Knicks rebound. Back to Williams. Now the pass to Thomas. Outside Williams. He kicks it to Thomas. Some nice passing by New York here. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
A different look for New York. Aaron Aflalo, who's checked in for Lance Thomas. And it's Tony Wroten in for Porzingis. And Miami with a change here, too. Wade's checked in.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
And he found the soft spot in the D on that possession.
There's 1:26 left in the fourth quarter. Anthony rejected by Warren.
Yeah, and that's been the story of the game. I mean, the rebounding has been very one-sided.
Yeah, and they've been on the winning end. I mean, effort is one thing you can always control in addition to attitude. I would credit this lead to force of will.
Tries again. And the layup is good. Warren's got 4 this quarter.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Heat.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
And that was a huge advantage. The free throw game, always a significant barometer in terms of who wins and loses.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And it's always a good feeling to take that second contest after you've dropped the first one to somebody. Just a big win to even things up in their 4-game series against the Knicks.
And a great team effort, but still, what an individual performance for Goran Dragic. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game. Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Down low, and Warren with the basket on the assist by Dragic. Warren's got the lead up to 14 now for the Heat.
And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Joe, congratulations on this win. This was a game where we saw plenty of great sequences, some nice runs put together. What changes for the team out on the floor when you guys start rolling like we witnessed here tonight?
We just picked up our energy and effort. We was able to get some stops, got out in transition, started making a few shots, and it just kind of got contagious.
Well, this was fun for us to watch, Joe. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Doris, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire...
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Goran Dragic.
What a tremendous game for Dragic. This guy is a fantastic point guard. Whenever he's on the floor, the offense just flows so well. He can penetrate, he can start the break, he can score, and the thing he does best, getting everybody else involved.
He put in some serious work on the glass, stayed aggressive, put that extra effort in,
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, living the dream. Bad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the